Hey.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yep, that's me. At the end of last year, I decided I needed to change my life. So I packed my bags, moved out to the Majorcan wilderness.
Must be nice. Must be nice to pack your bags and go to a remote place to lose weight. And that's what Bryan O'Keeffe did. He quit his job, moved to a remote island, and cut off contact with his loved ones for 7 months to lose weight. Okay, let's just pause for a second. I noticed the accent. I don't know what kind of accent it is.
It's Irish.
It's Irish, okay. Yeah, we're giving the Irish way too much time off, okay? It's unacceptable, get back to work. What? 7 months? 7 months.
Yeah.
Do you guys understand? Like, I don't know if there's a single working age American who has been unemployed for 7 months because they wanted to be and they were okay with it.
Yeah. So,
like,
look, we're gonna tell you how
they
much.
They die, okay? They die in America. They would be dead on the streets.
We're gonna tell you how much weight he lost and how he did it. But funny enough, my reaction to the story was the same exact thing as Anna's. I was like, look, how does he get to take all that time off? Wait a minute, oh my God, in America, we are so crushed. We have no idea how bad it is. In fact, that'll lead to a story about an Iraqi barber in Phoenix. But first.
So Bryan O'Keeffe is his name, as I mentioned earlier. So he lost over 100 pounds, so his plan worked. Now, the video that we showed you also has a ton of views as we film this video right now, 32 million to be exact on TikTok. Now, here are the details of what he did and his weight loss journey. So O'Keeffe spent years trying to lose weight, including all sorts of diets, workout routines. I mean, we've all been there to some extent. Nothing really worked, and he even had a balloon fitted in his stomach to reduce hunger. So he's even, tried pretty invasive tactics to lose weight as well. But no matter what he tried, he wasn't able to shed the pounds, okay? He was able to lose, but then he would regain the weight, the yo-yo diet situation, which a lot of us are also familiar with. Now, here he is before the weight loss. After 15 years of failed attempts, O'Keeffe decided to focus on improving his discipline rather than the exact numbers of how much weight he was losing. So O'Keeffe reasoned he was struggling because it was so easy to access indulgent foods. And his social life centered around food and drink. So he removed those aspects of his life by moving to a tiny Majorcan fishing village in the middle of nowhere, which only had one shop open in the winter. O'Keeffe also cut off all contact with his family and friends, telling them he was going to work on himself and wouldn't speak to them for 3 months. But it turned out that he stayed in this remote location for far longer than 3 months. He was there for 7 months. He did quit his job to make this happen, right? So maybe he planned ahead, right? Maybe he had just this robust savings account and he was able to do this, to which I say God bless, but I'm still salty about it. Now O'Keeffe says that while his loved ones were supportive of him leaving, they really had no idea that he was gonna be gone for 7 months. And so they were a little upset about that. But he was laser focused on his new routine. O'Keeffe began walking his dog for an hour a day before going to a dusty old local gym, as well as swimming, running, and stretching. Soon he was doing conscious movement for 5 hours a day. O'Keeffe challenged himself by working out every day, even when injured, which does not sound like a good idea, to build discipline and resilience, even though he knew he was overtraining, he said. And a month in, again, he quit his job to focus 100% on weight loss, living off his savings and saving money by cooking meals from scratch. And so what does he look like now? Looking like a snack, so it worked. Good for you.
It did, and I have to confess, it was a significant transition.
It's weird, turns out working out 5 hours a day will help you lose weight, whoa.
Yeah, so look, I've got weight issues, I've tried different things. So I was looking forward to figuring out what he did, right? Maybe there's something to learn there. And the reaction videos you're seeing is when he finally goes back home to Ireland. This is the first time they've seen him in 7 months. He's lost 140 pounds, so that's why they're like, oh my God, what is this, right? And the difference is dramatic, right? But when I read that he spent 5 hours a day working out, I was like, yeah, I could get in great shape too if I spent 5 hours a day working out, but ain't nobody got 5 hours a day to work out. And so in the beginning, he didn't even quit his job. So I don't know what kind of incredible job he had that he could do it on a remote Spanish island that looks amazing, right?
Maybe he had a month of PTO and he was like collecting that, and once it was over, he's like, I quit. I don't know.
And then he had savings. I don't know. Look, man, Europeans get so much time off. Again, for research for my book, Justice Coming, I looked into paid family leave. Do you know in Estonia, they have 84 weeks off for family leave? 84 weeks. We don't have a single day in America.
Paid family leave.
Paid family leave. We don't have a single day, okay? So anyways, so no American can do this. Let's just keep it real.
What are you gonna do when you go back to Ireland though? Which he has, he's back in Ireland. He's like, I'm gonna indulge a little more, than I am at the moment, but no, you moved to this remote island and cut off contact with your family because you couldn't stop yourself from giving into the social eating. And all of that still exists at home where you've now returned. Like the trick to losing weight and keeping it off is a lifestyle change in the life that you live in, right?
Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm worried about him. Right. So the other thing is, look, to be fair to him on the living stuff, and to be fair to all you Europeans out there, there's only one store in the whole island. One day he got a craving for McDonald's, but he didn't want to drive travel an hour. That's how long it would have taken to get to a McDonald's. So he did really make things from scratch. It didn't cost that much money. There was no fancy restaurants to go to, no cocktails to drink. But back at home, there will be, right? And then you've got to be way more disciplined. And you'll have to get a job, and you can't work out for 5 hours a day. So I'm worried that he's still gonna seesaw a little bit. You do have to do things that are sustainable, and 5 hours of workouts is not sustainable, right?
I remember reading this study about what happened to the contestants on that show that we both hated, The Biggest Loser, right? Yeah. After the fact. And all of them ended up gaining the weight back because when you're on the show, the training, the exercise, the diet is not sustainable. First of all, it's not healthy, right? Because it's designed to have them shed weight at a rapid pace, which just that on its own, it's not sustainable and it's not healthy. Once they go back to real life and that they don't have the time to do that insane training, and they don't have the, same, I guess, support system that they have on the show to avoid indulging the way that they did before. Again, they're just gonna be lured in by the same temptations, right? So how can you change your daily lifestyle for it to be long lasting and sustainable? Yeah,
so I made a New Year's resolution about this. And it's a unique one. I'm not sure anyone's ever done this New Year's resolution before, which was, I wanted to be more wasteful this year, okay? And the reason for that is, part of the reason why we all gain too much weight, especially in America, is because the portions are enormous. And then you just mindlessly eat what's in front of you, right? Don't eat the full portion. Don't eat it. Unfortunately, we have a lot of pressure, no, starving kids in Africa, India, China, Turkey, wherever, right? Oh no, it's in the old immigrant community, all your strength will be left in there, you have to eat it. I've 1,000 different pressures, eat it, eat it, eat it, don't. If you can, take it as leftovers, eat it later, make 3 meals out of it. But if you can afford it, just for God's sake, throw away half of it, throw away a third of it. I lost 60 pounds before. And the way that I did it was normal amount of exercising, about an hour a day. And it was called the third diet. I invented it. Whatever I was gonna eat, I chop off a third and throw it away, okay? And so, but in order to do that, you have to be a little wasteful and have everyone in the world yell at you, okay?
And when you go out to eat, instead of getting an entree for yourself and your friend or the companion gets their own entree, see if they're willing to share. That's what me and my best friend do anytime we go out to eat together. We share an entree.
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, look, we're gonna ask you guys about this, and then I'm gonna tell you about the Iraqi barber. We got tyt.com/polls. What are we asking you guys? Is it okay to cut off contact with your loved ones in order to focus on self-improvement? Which is a whole different part of the story. 7 months where he only talked to his dad, and only because he has Alzheimer's and wouldn't remember.
Dude, but also, what are you communicating to your family? like you guys are the problem, you're a bad influence.
That's interesting. Yeah, and I don't know why you can't call your mom.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No offense to anybody involved, but
Yeah.
what she got? You're already on the island. You're already working out 5 hours a day. I mean, so
Call
I
your
don't get
mother. Yes.
apparently. So now back to the weirdo bitter thing that we started out with.
I'm just tired, and like I'm never gonna have 7 months in my working years where I don't have to come into work.
Actually-
never once, ever. I've been working nonstop since I graduated college.
Can I tell you,
it's never gonna end.
My 12-year-old
Never.
just asked me yesterday. We were in the car to go. We're going to the Super Bowl, and he's like, "Bob, I don't get it. So there's the summer vacations, okay, and there's winter break. It's a couple of weeks, and then you start working." And it seems like
There's no breaks.
There's no breaks.
There's no breaks.
So he's like,
all gas, no breaks, okay?
So hold on.
Yeah.
He literally asked, this is a 12-year-old, when do we ever get a break?
Never, you're never gonna get a break, pro.
And he's like, do we have to just work from here till we're like 65 or 70?
Yeah, when you're about ready to die, literally, I'm not even exaggerating, okay? And if Republicans have their way, probably till the day you die.
Okay, now get a load of this. So I'm in Phoenix over the weekend. I go to a barber. He turns out to be, that particular guy randomly turns out to be Iraqi, okay? And he came about roughly about 20 years ago. And I asked a question I always ask. I'm an immigrant, so they are more at ease. I tell them that, and we're both Muslim, etc., right? At least background-wise. And in fact, his name is my cousin's name. I said, how do you like it here? And he was like, don't like it. I can't wait to go back to Iraq.
What?
I was like, really? And that's a thing I have not heard much, right? And I said, that's super interesting. Why? He's like, Iraq's so much easier. He's like, I want to work, and I want opportunity.
Wait, this is in California?
No, this is in Phoenix.
Oh, in Phoenix, okay. Because I was gonna say, if he's in California, he's in the wrong place, but continue.
Yeah. Well,
no one gets punished more in California than middle class workers, but continue.
Yeah, but it doesn't, it's across the country. It applies to everybody. So, and he lived in different places in America too. He's like, the problem with America is it's a never ending treadmill and you can't get off of it.
1000%.
You barely make enough to survive, and I send a little home, and I gotta send a little home, right? And then I have nothing left. And so everybody in Iraq says, oh my God, America is such a great land of opportunity and stuff. He's like, is it? Because I'm working my ass off. I'm trying to look for opportunity. I've done this, I've done that, etc. But we almost never get time off. He's like, I love fishing. And so, but I don't have enough time to go fishing. And I can't save any money because we're constantly running. He's like, and then he explained to me how there's jobs in Iraq where you make not as much money, of course, as you do in America, but he's like, but the standard of living is so much lower that he's like, even if I was just a barber, I'd make, like he said, $1,600 a month, right? But in Iraq, you live like a king if you make $1,600 a month. And life is much easier. You got family to support you, and not everyone is constantly running, right? And he's right. Corporations here have set up a maze we can't get out of, right? And we're all just going around and around in the maze. There's something really wrong with what's happened in America, and almost no one's talking about it. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.